This question is from R.K. Goyal Prabhu. He asks, Hare Krishna Guruji, I am slightly confused again after reading the purport of verse 12, second last para. It quotes verse 1.2.11 of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says that Brahman can be perceived in three forms: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. So, what is Brahman here? Is it not material world? Hare Krishna.
No, this Brahman belongs to Krishna only, the Supreme Lord Krishna. So Krishna is actually three types of realization. That is, Bhagavan realization is just seeing Krishna, like going to Krishna himself in Goloka, going there, being with Krishna. So that is what called Bhagavan realization. And Paramatma realization, and then Bhagavan realization. So what we are understanding is that Krishna is teaching us that Brahman realization. So Brahman realization is just, I in the past I have given such an example, like based on studying Prabhupada's books only I got such knowledge. So if we are like standing in a railway station, if the train is coming from very far, so we see just a black dot, so we know that something is coming, but we don't know anything about it. We don't know whether it's a goods train or whether it's a passenger train. We have no idea about it. So, but we know that a train, something is coming, moving. So to that extent, you understand about Krishna. So that is what is called Brahman realization. But when that comes little closer, you will be able to figure it out whether it's a goods train or passenger train, or to some other details you will understand. So to that extent, knowing about Krishna is called the Paramatma realization. But that when it comes and stops at the station, you can get into that, you can see the people inside, you can do you can even meet with the driver of the train, all those things. So that is what is called Bhagavan realization. So that way, these are the three types of realizations. So as explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's what Prabhupada has explained here. So but for us, actually, we really don't have to worry too much about this, because if we take shelter into this Bhagavad Gita, we are straight away going to go to Goloka, Bhagavan realization only. We are going to go to Krishna's well. That is for sure. There is no doubt. So that way, we all should be feeling ourselves really, really very fortunate. Those who take the impersonal feature, we already studied in the 12th chapter, like worshipping God as a person or impersonal. Evam satata yuktaye bhattaswam paripasate ye chapi aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaga. So for persons who are worshipping the impersonal feature of Brahman, so that is Krishna's, so they will get only up to Brahman realization. So that way for us, actually, it doesn't apply. We just have to follow this Bhagavad Gita, remember Krishna. We know that Krishna is the supreme person. Krishna is the Purushottama. We agree that, we believe that, we have faith on that. That's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we won't be sitting and studying Bhagavad Gita. So, Krishna is saying that Yomam evam asammudo jnanati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Anyone who understands without any confusion that I am the supreme personality of God, he is the knower of everything, and he will worship me in all respects. So that way we know that. So that way we don't have to be confused about this question at all. We just have to focus on Krishna and go to Goloka. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. So basically here it is again the Atma. Brahma means Atma again.
Yes,
so
yes.
And this is another question is then in chapter in the same chapter, the verse 13, the purport says that verse 13 is all about the Atma, and this today's verse 14, is all about Paramatma, because
that is everything. Not only today's verse, in all the verses which are going to come in the next few classes, everything is completely about Paramatma only, about the Super Soul.
Okay, and the yesterday's verse, that is the verse 13, is about Atma only.
No, that's also mainly about the Super Soul only. There it didn't clearly say Atma or Paramatma. So Krishna is saying that Brahman, this is the word Brahman, but that Brahman, sometimes Krishna refers to himself. So that's what he refers to. So that way we can consider even though in the translation it says it's a soul and super soul, but since going by all these slokas, what we are studying like today and even in the coming next few slokas, next I don't know, it's maybe 6, 7 or 8 slokas, all those things about Paramatma only, Prabhu. So that way we can conclude even in the 13th sloka is also about Paramatma.
Sir, the purport, kindly see the purport last 2-3 lines. It says that this Brahma is being used for Atma only in the purport. Can you please see 13, verse 13 purport?
Yes, Prabhu, but it refers to, we already know that it refers to Krishna also, Brahman.
Okay.
So it refers to Krishna also. Brahmarpanam Brahmagavihi Brahmagnav Brahmana Hudam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. That Brahma is refers only to Krishna, not to Atma. So, yes, Prabhu. So that's what Vijnana Brahma, Ananda Brahma. So here it says that Vijnana Brahma refers to the soul, Ananda Brahma refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like that, Prabhu. That's what it says, the last.
Okay.
It doesn't say that Brahman refers to only the soul. It says that it refers to the Supreme Lord also. That's what the purport says, Prabhu.
Okay. So, Guruji, yesterday, by the analogy that you gave yesterday about the shore and the seashore and the sea, ocean. So, actually, we could understand that we are the marginal energy as
Yes.
Jivatma, and we are attracted towards the Maya, the ocean of Maya, and the waves comes and they try to catch us and carry towards the ocean of Maya. But if we are connected towards the shore, if we are directing our mana towards the shore firmly, then we
Yes.
are basically protected from Maya. So that marginal energy, that is Jiva. So that was very well understood that this is regarding the Jiva, sthiti of the condition of the Jiva.
Yes.
So that shlok is again, then I get confused, because if it is about the Paramatma, then how the Paramatma is getting fitted in it.
No, but it doesn't, that sloka doesn't say anything like that, Prabhu, anything like that. Sloka is just
Anadi
saying,
Matparam,
Anadi Mat Param. Yeah.
na sat na tat asat uchyate.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, it is neither sat nor it is asat.
Prabhu, again we studied about that Sat Asat is that Sat Asat is not the Atma Paramatma. Yesterday we discussed, correct? It is about the material, matter thing. It's beyond both Sat and Asat. That's what it says.
Cause and effect, beyond
Yeah.
cause and effect.
Yes,
So this,
cause and effect. Yes.
so this
Cause and
soul is
effect.
so this soul is also beyond the cause and effect.
Soul is also like this only, Prabhu. But what I am saying is that going by all the coming slokas, if you read, everything refers to only Paramatma only.
Paramatma.
That's what I am saying. Everything.
Okay.
This is just based on all the slokas which are coming. We are going to study. Everything is related to Nyayam only. Krishna is teaching. All these things refers to Paramatma. This is nothing related to Atma.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji. We will see in the coming verses probably. More
Exactly.
clearly.
If you go through all the other verses which are coming verses, then you will understand that. You will understand.
Okay.
Then you will be able to understand. Just if you only 13 sloka alone, if you are trying to investigate, you will be confused.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
that's
Thank
this
you.
Bhagavad Gita itself, actually, it should be studied as a full knowledge only, which we need to understand Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes, many times, devotees, not only devotees, others, they talk about as if they know Bhagavad Gita, people from different philosophers, different movements. They just quote one sloka here and there, and they even say that Krishna is not the Supreme Lord, but still they talk about Bhagavad Gita. You may even listen to people who may be talking Bhagavad Gita for hours, giving lectures for hours, not even mentioning Krishna as the Supreme Lord, or not even bringing Krishna, recognizing Krishna as the Supreme. So that is a plagiarism. So Krishna is very clearly saying that everything comes from me, I am the Supreme Lord. So that way, we need to take this Bhagavad Gita as the whole thing, Prabhu. Then only we'll get the complete knowledge. You understand that, Prabhu?
Right. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.